Welcome back, everyone. I am your host, Osiris, on Osiris Royal Tech. In this lesson, we are going to learn about queries and constraints. This is the part one to it, so let's dive in. So as you can see, now we're going to go ahead and select for specific columns of data from a table right here. But if you had a table with 100 million rows of data, reading through all the rows would be inefficient and perhaps even impossible. All right, so this is where like queries come in and constraints. All right, so in this particular one with lesson 2 from SQL Bolts, we're going to walk through all of that. So as I learn, you guys will learn. That's what it's all about. All right, so in real time, we're going to put all this together. So as you see right here, in order to filter certain results from being returned, we need to use a where clause in the query. The clause is applied to each row of the data by checking specific column values and determining whether it should be included in the results or not. Okay, so as you can see, here's an example of it being used. And more complex joining situations or like such as like and or basically think of it like this, you just using logic. Think about like how we speak, right? This is the best way I could break it down. And sure, there's other videos of probably people breaking down SQL and things of that nature, but not everybody explains the same. And perhaps, one individual will explain it in a way that another can't, and it'll be able to get through to you. So hopefully this is helpful. So just think about it like we're having a conversation. So I'm saying, I plan on buying this Mercedes Benz and this Porsche. Or then I could say like, I plan on buying this Mercedes Benz or buying this Porsche. And that's where these type of clauses come in, these type of conditions come in, the and or the or. So just think of it like that. Don't think of it necessarily in like a right off the bat, like a coding sense. Think of it just like a conversation. It will make more sense to you. All right, and here are some of the operators as well, as you can see over here. So we have, equal to, not, hold on, think, not equal to, less than or equal to, less than or equal to, yep, greater than and greater or equal to. Okay, so standard numeral operations is what these are, such as, column name is not equal to 4. Okay. And then we have between, so think of it like number like in between. So column name between 1 and 5 and 10 and 5. Pretty simple, right? Not between, and then also using the and operator as well. Once again, just think of it in terms of regular language. It will help break it down for you a little bit easier. In, so think of like column name in 246, not in, as you can see, column name not in 135. Now let's go ahead and let's dive straight in to this exercise. So using the right constraints, find the information we need from the movies table for each task below. Here's our movies table. Here's our exercises right over here. And SQL Bolt, I can't recommend them enough for learning SQL, some of the basics and everything else like that, and it will really help you along in your career. So what I personally like to do in this is I like to go select all, because once again, this means all. from movies. Scroll it down for you. All right, so find the movie with a row ID of 6. Let's do that. Let's remove this semicolon, because remember that's the end of basically end of the code that we're writing, end of our statement, I guess. All right, so select all from movies where, and then we're gonna say like where as in like the column. So in what column? So we want to say for this ID equals 6. Think. There you go. Voila. Check mark. On that one, move to the next. So find the movies released in the years between, and remember what we said on that one, between 2000 and 2010. So it's just like us having a conversation. All right, so okay. So let's try this. Select. Okay, let's try this. Let's try. Yeah, we'll just do all. Okay. At first, what I was thinking is we would just select one of the like the titles, considering the title references like one of the movies. But for simplicity purposes, we'll just do all. Okay. All right. So, between okay year equals 2000. Oh, and 2010. Oh, here we go. Between column name year 2000 2010 is still throwing us an incomplete SQL query. And whenever it's doing that, what we want to do is reference all the way to the top where condition and or from here. All right, so good stuff. So between, so the column name between, boom, boom. Okay, good stuff. Okay, let's try this. Where year is tween. There we go. So ultimately, as we're walking through some of these exercises, is once again, think of it as a sentence. It will help clarify any issues that you're having. So in this, what it's saying, select all from movies where column that we're looking at, which would be year between 2000 2010. Boom, exactly what it says right up here. All right, moving on. Find the movies not released in the years 2000 2010. All right, so let's try select all from movies where year, let's try is not. Let's try those operators. Yeah, maybe. Let's try not. There we go, not. All right, so think about it where year basically is not, but just not between 2000 2010. Fulfilled this requirement. Moving on to number 4, find the first 5 Pixar movies and their release year. All right, so no problem. Okay, find the first 5 Pixar movies and their release year. Okay, so we want to select, let's do that. Okay, 5. And then we're going to go over here. We're going to check. Okay, gotcha. Sounds good. Okay, so let's move to select all from movies where hmm, maybe I'm thinking select all from movies where I'm thinking where ID is, I think this might actually only show one row, but let's try it. Where ID is less than 5. All right. Okay. So remember this. All right. So think about it in the stance of when it comes down to computers. Hold on. Let me do that. All right. So did you see that? So what happened was where ID is less than what we're looking for. Oh, there you go. All right. There we go. Okay, so what we're looking for is to find the first 5 Pixar movies and their release year. All right, so 1 second. There we go. All right, good stuff. Okay, so ultimately in this, we want to go ahead and think of it when we went ahead and we put 5 here, it didn't. So we put 5. You see what it just did? ID, it only gives 1 through 4. Now, when it comes down to computers, they count from 0. So just keep that in mind. So whenever we're counting up by something, it should be 0, 1, 2, so on and so forth. And in this case, if we're trying to find 5, we need to go ahead and add 1 because of the 0. And then there we go, 1 through 5. We've accomplished all of our exercise tasks, learned together in this entire process, and ultimately got better. So, any questions, you guys know what to do. Until next time, take care.